Good morning, Riga, Latvia, and today we're headed to an open-air museum. We are headed to a cathedral and the Freedom Monument and the Central Market. But first, we got to take a tram and a bus. Okay, so we finally made it out of the old town Riga, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty nice that it just feels like we're just with locals right now.
It's awesome.
So what I'm trying to say is, make sure you leave the city and just get the chance to smell that fresh air of no tourists around you. Hello, is this where we can buy a ticket for the bus?
How much?
Just 90 minutes.
How much?
How?
90 minutes? One?
2. I got this one. It's just €3. Thank you. Okay, so correction. Make sure you come to one of these places, Narvesen, and buy one of the tickets. I chose 90 minutes. It was only $150, so it's not that bad. But I'm a big believer in making sure for public transportation, you actually do pay your way. Thank you.
Usually, huh?
We finally made it to the Open Air Museum after a long and confusing tram and bus journey. And that's the fun thing about travel, getting to use the local transportation and just the start of an adventure. So this Open Air Museum was founded in 1924, right?
Yeah.
1924, and it is one of the largest ones in Europe. Right now, we're actually in this neighborhood or compound, which was apparently the Baltic Finnish nation lives. If you know anything about this nation, comment down below, please. But based on reading what they have here, they were a group that lived along the sea, so they primarily focused on fishing and sea life. Now, do they have any connection to the Finnish people of Finland? If so, let me know, because I don't know. When I hear Finnish, that's the first thing I think about, and I didn't even know anything about this nation in Latvia. So, does anyone know what this structure is? Is it a stove? Is it just some art piece? I feel like back then, they were not just making things in the house for art. They wanted to make sure that it had something that could be useful. Okay, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect for there to be no ceiling and to see the roof. Definitely like the concept, though. Okay, y'all know I love it when I see something that I've never seen before, and this looks like a well, but the bucket is hung so high, and then just a huge wooden post stuck in the ground with another wooden post up there, and then this right here is the huge well. Can we open this? Let's see. Oh. Okay, hold up. That would really suck if I dropped y'all down there. It's held together by ropes. An old, what do you call it? Not a
Swing.
Yeah, swing. A 2-person swing. I never thought I would be doing something like this. This kind of swing with this view, like just look at the trees. This is why you gotta travel, see the world, meet random people.
Yeah, like this guy.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm sorry y'all. I didn't introduce him.
Peter here. What's up?
Canadian living in Dubai. That's crazy, the people that you meet and the swings that you'll swing on with random people. Okay, I don't know why, but some of these doors are just so small. Even the ceiling, goodness. I'm not that tall, y'all. I'm 5'8" and 68 inches. I don't know, maybe it was to stop invaders. I don't know, someone let me know. Okay, so apparently this was built in the second half of the 17th century, and it's been here since 1933, and this was a school, which makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that this was a school, and that's why the ceilings are so low and the doors are so low, because it was built for kids. But it makes me wonder, were kids teaching other kids, or was the teacher just short too? So tell us a little bit about, I guess, this region.
This region is called Latgale, and specifically this house is from Daugavpils. This house was built in 1860s, if I remember correctly.
And then how do you like working here at this open air museum? Because it's definitely like a different job, I feel like.
Yes, yeah, for me, I have to look after this house and three other houses, which are one like a set, basically.
I'm Davion West.
Anna Teresa.
Nice to meet you. That's a very beautiful name. I feel like when you go to other countries and you hear different names, it's just so, interesting, Because when you're used to your country's names.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay. Thank you, though. Have a good day. Wow, that's just crazy to think that she takes care of that building, and that building. That's one of the things about when you come to an open air museum, you can talk to the people that are working here, living as if you can talk to the people that are working here. And she was 16. This is her summer job. And she speaks French, English, Russian, and then she's gonna try to work on German. When you come to these places, talk to the people that are working here and ask about what they're doing here. What is their job? Like, why is this building important? So this is a chapel here in this open air museum. And I'm pretty sure you can have weddings here because I saw looked like a wedding party. And it seems like people here in Latvia, or maybe just Riga, have smaller weddings. Is this a thing, or has it just been the weddings I've seen? But the chapel inside, very nice. There's a priest in there, and then a lady that were taking care of the church, the chapel. It's just cool. Like, it's just honestly different. The fact that it's made out of wood, and then the windows, it's not over the top. Feels like you can truly connect with God or someone. Okay, yeah, definitely a wedding happened, because now the priest is leaving.
The most traditional Latvian dish, if I can say that for just one dish, is fried pig fat with onions.
These are some fresh blueberries that were picked from the forest, and our guide got them for us, so we're gonna try them. Definitely go to the forest here in Riga and pick some wild blueberries, which I don't think they're actually called blueberries if they're picked from the forest. They're the smaller berries. So apparently this is Riga Black Balsam, and this is the drink of Riga here in Latvia. Apparently it's like Jägermeister. It's not that bad, actually. I guess university was worth it.
Oh.
It was definitely worth it.
Oh.
You can keep it, man. Like, I'm not gonna give it to the next person.
I guess I'll just keep this. What was this?
Yeah,
What's this?
I don't know what it is, but it's pretty good. It's a local drink. Maybe you can describe it more.
Act like y'all aren't here. So we said this was like a rye. Ah, scheiße. Okay, we're gonna lose the group. We're gonna lose the group. So this is a famous drink here in Latvia. I think it's called Klaus, and it's actually made with fermented rye, if I'm getting that correctly. But it's not that alcoholic to where kids and stuff can drink it. Let's give it a try. Kind of like a mix of Coke and beer. Definitely very different. So it started raining here in Riga, and I was headed to the central market, but there's just these puddles right here, and they're actually building this little plank walkway. You got to give it to the Latvian people on just being that ingenuity. Okay, how do we get through this traffic? You got to give it to the Latvian people with that interesting walkway thing. Can we get one cart of strawberries, please? Do you guys get a lot of business with in the market? Is business good?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes, but just not the rainy days. Thank you. This is the Riga Central Market. It's 5 different pavilions. There's a meat market inside. There's a seafood market, vegetable market. But sadly, for some reason, you can't walk through it right now. I don't know if it's because of the storm or if on Mondays it's just closed. It's probably just closed on Mondays. So we bought some berries, some strawberries, and we're underneath one of these little pavilion things where vendors normally sell. You're first.
No, very nice. Very sweet.
Really?
A bit bitter. A bit bitter. Know what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit sour. This building right behind me has such an interesting history. This was supposed to be a gift to the leader of Russia in the 50s, to Joseph Stalin in 1953, December 18th, 1958, which was going to be his 80th birthday. But Stalin died in 1953, and then it was a huge problem. So they finished this building, so they not, and they decided to finish it, and it opened in 1959. You can go all the way to the top of the building. There's a viewing platform. It's €6, but I'm telling y'all, it is probably the best view you can get in the city. If I'm wrong, let me know. What were your thoughts?
Amazing. Very good.
Sadly, today has not been the best day to film a video in Riga. It's raining. We literally had to pull over and just do as some of the locals do. Pull over and just enjoy the rain and not being able to go where you want to be. Okay, y'all know how I feel about churches, and especially, y'all aren't ready for this. Just look at how beautiful that organ is. I don't know if that's gold or silver or what, but I really feel like here in this cathedral, you could just find a pew and sit down and truly just look up at the pastor and look up to the heavens, to God, and not feel like this church is just trying to take your money, is not trying to take your sins by having you pay. I don't know. I just feel like back then, if I went to a cathedral where there's a lot of gold, I would just feel like that's all that God is, just wants my money. But here, it's just right for the people, somewhere nice to come. Okay, that organ just looks more massive the further you get away from it. And of course, we have to see the altarpiece. If I was to name two things here at this cathedral that you need to see, number one would be the organ. Beautiful, undefeated. And then number two would be the stained glass windows. Walking through the cathedral and just soaking in the stories they're telling with the Templar Knights, with baby Jesus and Mary, sitting down and just appreciating this cathedral. I don't know. There's just something about old cathedrals that modern churches cannot compare to anymore. Okay, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I was about to leave the cathedral, and then we saw a sign that said that, hey, come outside, there's a courtyard, essentially. And this is a very random, find here at the cathedral. This huge cannon that's just sitting here. And another cannon. It looks like a cannon, I think. No, I don't know what this is, actually. If you know what that is, let me know. I think it's a cannon. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I did not expect this courtyard to be here at this cathedral. Make sure you don't stay inside the main part of the cathedral and you actually get out and, I don't know, just see the cathedral. Wow. Even on a rainy day, Riga is still just beautiful. The old town, the architecture on the buildings. I don't know, when we build new cities, we need to make sure we build some old towns. I guess they won't be called old towns if it's a new town, but yeah, honestly, Riga, you guys have my heart. Okay, I don't know if it's the Texan/American in me or what, but Europe just has stunning buildings. So this is the town hall, city hall here in Riga, Latvia, and this whole town square area was rebuilt after World War II, so this is all new. It was completely destroyed, sadly, during World War II. But I don't know, it's just something about Europeans and their town halls and squares of bringing people together and just having beautiful statues. We don't have this in America, and we definitely don't have this in Texas. Okay, if you're from Latvia, I have a question for you. I'm looking at y'all's city hall right now, and I see a black knight and then two more black faces on the top. And I don't know, being African American, anytime I see a black person represented in European history or culture at a museum, I'm just always shocked, and I just always question. I just want to know why. Why is there a black knight on y'all's city hall? If you know, please comment down below. But y'all do have a stunning city hall. When you come to Latvia, you can't just go to the old town, to a cathedral. Even if it's raining, you gotta come out and see the Freedom Monument, which represents the Latvian people's independence, their fight for freedom. And if I'm wrong, let me know, Latvians. But the lady at the top represents Latvia, and the 3 stars represent the 3 regions of Latvia. But sadly, Latvia was taken over by a lot of people, but quite recently, the Soviet Union, and the Soviet Union changed the meaning of this monument because they didn't like what it stood for. So they went to the history books. They wanted to brainwash the Latvian youth, and they changed its meaning. The green statue, she was supposed to be Mother Russia, and the 3 stars represented Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. And that's just crazy because I feel like in today's world, we're still doing this. In the United States, they're trying to change the history books when it comes to American slavery. But let's just stay on Latvia. Also, if you guys are wondering how am I just making this video in the rain, it's because of this guy. We love a tall person that's just extremely kind. I'm sorry y'all, this video did not turn out how I planned it, but it's a rainy day and I still wanted to explore Riga, Latvia. I don't know where I'm headed next, but I know it's somewhere here in Europe, so hit that subscribe button if you want to follow me to 196 countries.